How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and today we're going to be talking about AMC and GME, so you have a game plan going into tomorrow. Like I said, both of these stocks are extremely volatile. If you can't stomach it, then don't bother getting involved with this play at all. If you are a long-term investor, then definitely keep yourself on the sidelines and wait for things to cool off a little bit so you can get the best deal possible. So like I normally do with these types of videos, we're going to be doing a technical analysis on AMC as well as GME, and then afterwards I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis for AMC, which ended up having a fairly good Friday, only being down 0.50%, reaching lows of $13.28 and then reaching a high of $14.18. So it traded in a very tight range. So what you see in front of us, we're going to be looking at as far as what is the overall uptrend is looking like on this 3-month 1-day chart. So as you can see right over here from February to 23rd, AMC has been doing a great job on the uptrend. As you can see here, we can see from the 21-day EMA, it's right here, should be at $10.50, but we're well above that at $13.93. So we definitely want to see this support level of $13 holding itself up very, very well. And it seems to be the case. If it ends up breaking through this area, the next area that we need to take a look at will be here around 12 and then looking at this area of 11. But again, this is just assuming the worst cases of scenarios. If we end up having a move towards the upside, especially for next week, I definitely see us testing this $15 range, especially when we get past this resistance area here that you see right here around 1460 or 1458. Let's just call that 1455 to be exact. So we're still on an uptrend. We still see that AMC is being bullish. Now, what I want to kind of show you guys quickly what happened on Friday, which is something that really doesn't happen that often. And part of the reasons why we could see that AMC is very heavily manipulated. If we take a look, it ended up reaching its highs over here in the pre-market around $14.40. It never visited this range, but take a look at this. After we have this strong sell-off going down here to $13.28, you can tell by the RSI over here, it's literally down to 13. We end up trading sideways for almost the entire day. So like what I was saying before, we definitely had a resistance level here right at this $14.02 range. Let's just call that 14. And it just traded sideways for the entire day. And this is also the quadruple witching day, so I know a lot of options got burnt up on these particular moments and stuff like that. I feel like this is something we don't really see that often, especially with a stock like AMC that has a lot of demand behind it. And then you see as we get near to the close, ends up having a strong sell-off and then getting down here to $13.47. As you can see, we have a serious and a support level here that we're respecting very well at $13.50. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing us hold down this support. Looks like that we're holding here at $13.55. We already know $13.50 holds up fairly well. And let's see if there's any more manipulation going on for next week. But I definitely do see AMC getting into that $15 range and so forth. All right, so let's get into the technical analysis for GME. Right now, what you see in front of you is a 3-month 1-day chart. And one of the things that we want to be fully aware of, GME is actually doing a good job staying above trend. As you can see here from the 21-day EMA, it's doing a great job staying above it. So that's also part of the reasons why I keep telling you guys that I'm still bullish. If we take a look now, it ended up being down 0.73% on the day, but that's no big deal because we know how important it is for GME to be holding down that $200 level. That's a psychological level. We could see here if it ends up pulling back, we can get to lows around this 180 area, especially getting to as low or coming back to the 21-day EMA to 173. But we see when particular things like this happen, it ends up bouncing back very quickly. And that's part of the reasons why I think this is a great stock for anyone doing swing trades or doing any day trades, because that $200 support level is heavily respected, as you can see right here. Another area that we're going to be looking for GME to get past would definitely be past the 210 area. We've spoken about that 210 area. So it getting past that 210 area then getting up to 217, we could definitely see some moves going towards 220 and then touching 230. That's why it's never shocking when it makes these $30, $40 type moves within the day. So I'm still bullish, as you can see by the way the chart is looking. So let's assume a worst case scenario. Maybe there's more market manipulation that goes on with this particular stock. I would definitely be keeping an eye to see if it ends up revisiting this 170 area. And if it does, this is definitely an area to actually play off of. If we end up going below that particular area of 170, the 170s, then we definitely know we could start seeing some movements towards the 150 area. But I'm not really seeing that, but if it does happen, just please be prepared and take advantage of that particular movement. We can see it's reached previous highs here of $483, and that's definitely what we're looking forward to seeing it going back to revisit, considering all the volume and demand that's behind this particular stock. So that's part of the reasons why I'm still bullish, because people are still buying, I'm still holding, swinging. There's still a good amount of volume. We had 24.68 million of volume in GME on Friday as well. So that's part of the reasons why, hey, GME is going to remain to be a very, very solid stock, especially for the time being, unless anything comes out that actually ends up having any sort of an impact. So that's what I wanted to kind of share with you guys. But what I'm definitely looking forward to is, continuing to play off GME for coming into Monday and so forth. So there you have it. You have the support levels in regards to if it pulls back, and you have those resistance levels that we spoke about that we're going to be looking forward, so it can make a strong move. One thing I will tell you to pay attention to, if we end up passing this 230 area, we definitely can see a move going into catching up into that 240 area. And that will definitely be an area to keep an eye on, because as you can see right here, we have some resistance previously at 250, but if we get to 250, I feel like that would be a big psychological factor right there. So it would definitely end up being a strong move testing up to 275, as you can see right there. So for my final thoughts for AMC and GME, in regards to AMC, the type of price action that we saw on Friday was very weird, and you could definitely tell there was some manipulation that was going on. Of course, towards the end, we end up having a bit of a sell-off because, again, there's a lot of traders that are in this place, so they get impatient, and many people who are swinging it short term don't want to be holding it over the weekend. So one thing I can tell you for tomorrow, which will be Monday, if there's a pullback, be ready for it. I definitely do see something like that happening, but if we end up getting a gap up and a move towards the upside during regular trading hours, that would be great as well. But the one thing that we need to pay attention to is that AMC has done very, very well. It's definitely maintaining the uptrend like we saw in the technical analysis. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing AMC start challenging that $15 to $16 range. Now, for GME, I would highly suggest paying attention to those support levels like we discussed. We already know that $200 level is a psychological level for many people who are trading. We also have many people who are holding this stock as well. I do hold some GME, and also a lot of people who are swinging this. So there's a lot of volume in it in general, and we've seen on many different occasions how it's been able to bounce off that $200 support as well as around the 180s to 190s fairly well. And it can even pull back further than that, but again, you just need to be prepared and make sure you have those stop losses in place with those support levels that we discussed. And we also cannot forget, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. You've heard me say this before, and I'm going to say it again. Please do not invest or even trade with any money that you cannot afford to lose. This can lead to bad decisions and getting your emotions involved. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people do lose money in the stock market. And if you're watching my channel, that is definitely not the goal here. So if you're thinking about getting into this play, just know the risks that are involved. I really, really want to stress that to you guys. We'll talk soon.